Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video we are going to get into a project pan update and the final results for my project pan from last year. I'll be going over everything and then showing you what I will be adding into this rolling project pan for this year. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree. I'm a crazy lover of all things beauty. I love to post a lot of fun and colorful makeup content, and I like to do a lot on indie makeup. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. Hello and welcome my beauties. I can't believe we're in a third year of project panning, and I feel like I've accomplished a lot through these 3 years, and I think I did pretty good last year. Not as good as the year before, 2023. It's because I was going into the office and now I work from home, so I feel like I use makeup a lot less than I used to, because I used to wear makeup every day I went into the office. So my makeup usage and routine has kind of switched up, but I'm still happy with what I accomplished this year. But before we get into this project pan, if you're curious about this eye look, I did film it for Instagram. I'm trying to do reels again, like makeup tutorials on Instagram. I'm trying to be better about that. So I just wanted to mention I actually have the DedeSignature Shattered Romance on my eyes, as well as one of their liquid blushes and their dazzling bronzer highlighter. So if you're curious of what is on my face, that is what I am wearing. But of course my makeup will always be linked in the description below. But anyways, I think we should dive right in. So I'm going to start off with primers and go from my makeup steps on. So I finished up the Essence Poreless Partner Primer, and it wasn't that hard because there wasn't that much left, but you'll see it's fully empty in there. I cut open the top part so I could dig in there and get every little drop. You know, I am a completionist, so that is fully finished. And then I was working on the Vanish Airbrush Primer from Hourglass, and I feel like I made a very good dent on this. I'll show you where it was before, which is where I marked it with a nail polish, and then now it's about here. I'll try to get this to even out, but I love that it's see-through, so I can see where I've, got to. So I think a good amount of progress for that. So I'm going to mark it. I wish it would even out. I think it's maybe right here is the point. So I'm going to get my nail polish and mark that. This was such a smart idea to do this, so then I don't have to worry about it going away, because I was using a marker before. So there is the new results for that. And I do feel like by the next update for this year, I will probably have it done, because I use primer, every time I film and every time I go out, and I try to use my stuff in my project pan as much as possible. So I'm working on that. And because I finished up that, because I'm almost done with that and I finished up a primer, I am going to add a primer. So I am going to throw in the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. This is not that old to my life, so I'm going to try to see where I can mark it at. But it's pretty full, so I'm going to probably mark it all the way up here at the top, because I haven't used it that much since purchasing it. So we're going to mark it at the top right here. Why not have it somewhere marked? I'm pretty sure I'm all the way up here. I've only used this a few times since purchasing it, and I've had it for a while. So that is the next primer I will be working on. I'm hoping I will finish that one. Maybe not by next update, but maybe the update after that. I'm trying to be hopeful here that I can make a lot of progress. And that's it for the primer department. Now let's get into foundation. So I was able to finish one foundation this time. Normally I feel like I have more than that as a completed product, but like I said, I work from home now, so I don't use foundation nearly as much as I used to. But I don't know if you guys can see in there at all. So this is where it was before. You see the lower line right there? So I used the heck out of this. It was almost full the last time I showed you guys this, and now it's pretty much empty. I keep digging a brush in there, but for the most part, I can pretty much see the bottom, so I'm pretty much done with this. This is the Bounce Liquid Whip Long Wear foundation from Beauty Blender. I was like, who makes this product? So I'm going to consider this completely done, even though there's maybe some that I could kind of scrape out from the very sides. But I'm happy that I was able to pretty much get through a entire foundation, especially with it being that full. But because I have so many foundations already in my project pan, I'm not going to add another one since I'm not using foundation as much as I used to. So I am going to not add anything additional, which is breaking one of my rules, but I have to be realistic on how much makeup I use now since, you know, my work setup is different. But I did finish that up, and I'll go through the other products that I had for foundation. So I threw in the Nabla Skin Realist Beautifying Tint Balm. I barely used it. You can kind of see, like, there's the line, and then the pump here kind of ends right there, like slightly above. I don't know if you guys can see that. I mean, it's, you know, some progress, right? So I'm going to mark that where it ends. I also love that this is clear, so I can see. So I have a little bit of movement. I'll show you guys one more time. I'm going to take all I can get, okay? Even if it's a little bit of movement. So there's the new line. So I'm going to keep chugging away at that one. And then I also was working on the Hourglass Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup in 4-in-1. Honestly, I don't think I've made any progress at this one because I am pretty fair right now, and it is, you know, winter time, so it's still at the same place. I'm gonna be honest with myself. I didn't make any progress with this one because I can see it's basically at the same place, and I know I haven't reached for this one, but we're gonna be going into summer soon. It gets hot here in Texas, so I have goals to get through this in this next phase of project panning. And then I also was working on the, well, I didn't work on this one either, the Kimchi Chic, a real good foundation, a really good foundation. It's pretty much at the same point. Oh my god, I'm so sad that I don't have any results on a lot of these foundations, but I completed one. So I'm going to be happy with that. And then this one, there's a, no, this one has no progress either. I'm going to be real. It's pretty much at the same point. This is the KVD True Portrait Liquid to Powder Foundation and Medium 27. I can see basically the liquid ends right where the line is at. So another thing I will be working on, that is why I'm not adding any more foundations, because I finished one, but I barely made a dent or no dent on all of the other foundations that was in my project pan. So it's okay. I'm going to just keep on working on that. And then we'll get into concealer. So I had 2 concealers in the bunch, and I haven't completed any yet. So I was working on the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer from Too Faced. There's a little bit of a movement, like the line is right here, so you see the line's at, and I can kind of see that it's like right there, so it's a slight movement for this one. But it's because I've been concentrating on this one, and you'll see I did make some progress on this other one. So let me mark that so we can move on. I'm trying to make excuses or justify why things aren't moving, but I mean, this is just for my own personal achievements, not like something I have to get to. But then I was working on the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Concealer, and this one is at the very bottom. So it was here, where you can see the line right there, and it is, I think, about, well, it's kind of crooked. I don't know why things line like that. It's like right here. Let me mark it so I can show you guys that. And I know for sure I will have this finished. And I'm confident that I can add another concealer. So I'll just mark it there. Like, there's so little of this. This is taking me a while to get through. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I struggled to finish this one up. So there's the new line. So very little left. And I felt confident enough to add another concealer, so I'm actually going to throw in the One Size Beauty Turn Up the Base Butter Silk Concealer. This one right here, I also like that I can see through the bottle, and it's like kind of right here. Did I use half of it up? Let me look. I think I have. Okay, see? I'm pretty confident I could probably get through this one too. So if you guys can see through the thing, it looks like it's sitting right here. So it's pretty much at the halfway mark. So I do use this a lot because it's definitely a favorite of mine when it comes to concealers, especially when I first got it. I was using it non-stop. So see, I don't have that much to work on with this one. So I'll show you guys where I put the line at for this. And there we go. There is the concealer I will be adding. So now we'll get into powder products. So I was able to finish up one of my powders, which was the Nakia Joy Cosmetics. I forgot what this is called, like the velvet finishing powder. But this is where it was before that bottom line, and it's empty. Like I even opened up the top and made sure I like dug in there, and there's nothing in there. But powder is something I feel like it's easy for me to use up because I touch up constantly with powder. I use a lot of powder because I'm an oily skin girl. So that one is finished. And because of that, I went ahead and added the Peach Perfect powder. So I'll show you guys where the line was at because I did mark it when I added it in. And it is like somewhat down. It's like right here. So I did make some progress on this because, you know, a girl needs powder, and I have so many of these Peach Perfect powders from Too Faced. I bought a bunch of backups when they were like selling them out because they did discontinue this product, unfortunately, and it's one of my favorite like holy grail powders. I think I have another one in my collection. So there is the new line, but I don't have a hard time going through powders, so I'll keep on working on that. And I'm going to let that one dry. As for the other powders that I had in my collection. So I had the Urban Decay All Nighter, what is this? The waterproof setting powder. I'm not finished with this. Hopefully the pan is bigger. Honestly, I don't remember what the pan was before, but this is where it's at. Gonna keep on chugging away with this one. I mean, it is a pretty big pan, and I use this to touch up my makeup all the time, which honestly, I could use a touch-up right now. I do feel like I'm a little shiny. I've had this makeup on like all day. So you can see like that palette from DedeSignature is holding up really well. No creasing. I've had this on for hours. Whew, okay. So got that touched up. Gonna keep on working on that. And then I also had the Juvia's Place powder. This is the, I think their foundation powder in Bogota. This one I feel like the pan is probably bigger because I have used this quite a bit as a touch-up and cleaning things up on my face. And if I need like a little bit more of a tint to the skin, like I feel like my foundation hasn't covered up enough, I will go over with this. So hopefully the pan is bigger from the last time. I'm confident that it is. And I think I have one other powder, which was the NYX High Glass finishing powder, which I do feel like my pan has gotten bigger on this one. And you know what? Why don't we add a little bit of that glow back that I took away by powdering it up. This one is a glowy finishing powder. I do have a backup of this one, but this is where the pan is at now from NYX. And I do feel like they discontinued this one. I think that's why I bought a backup, because I love how it gives like a glow to the skin without adding like oil or extra dewiness. So it like mimics a dewiness glow but doesn't make me dewy because I'm already oily enough. So I'll continue to work on this one, and I think that was it for like single powders, but I'll go ahead and jump into the Tarte Park Ave Princess palette. This is like the never-ending product. We're on my 3rd year of project panning and I still haven't finished this. 2 years of concentrating on this, and I still have stuff on the edges. And guys, I'm telling you, I use this so often for bronzer, cleaning up, brightening under the eyes in case I had shadow kind of fall and stain. I'll go in with these powders to like wipe that away, and yet it's not completely finished. They're matte, okay? I mean, I'm sure Like the pan are bigger on the bronzer side and here too. And I do have 2 empty pans, but y'all, it is a never-ending face palette. And this keeps reminding me about not buying face palettes like this, especially ones that have like multiple setting powders, multiple bronzers. Don't need it in my life, but I am determined to empty these other pans. I have to finish this. Whether it takes me another whole year to do that, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna continue to work on this face palette. Oh, I'm telling you guys, and I use that almost every day. I don't know why it's taking so long. We're on to the 3rd year of me working on that. Now we'll get into like single cheek products. So I did get through a bronzer, the Fenty bronzer, the cream one, the Freestyles cream bronzer in macchiato. This one I had like a huge pan on it and I was pretty much almost done. There's a little bit on the edges, but to me it's pretty much done, and I'm just gonna call it quits at this point. And I really did enjoy using it, but I am ready to move on to new things. So there is the pan. I mean, I could literally probably scrape the edges, but I'm good. I'm gonna say this is done. I mean, you guys probably would agree, right? It's pretty much very little product in here. So I did get through this bronzer. I think that's it. Besides eye primers. Y'all, this is never ending. I've been using this for a year straight. From Glamlight, the icing eyeshadow base, and I still have product. I'm gonna try to squeeze farther down and see where I'm at. Look, it's still squeezing at the point where I last marked. Maybe it's a little lower. It's like right here where I could stop squeezing at. I swear, eye primer too is a very hard product to go through since you need so little to cover the lids. But I'm always putting on eye makeup. Sometimes I'm doing multiple eye looks in a day. So I'm just shocked that this is taking that long to go through. So I just put a new line of where I think it's at. I kind of just squeeze all the way down the tube, and then wherever it ends, I figured that's where the product is at when it starts to squeeze out. So there's the new line for that. And I've been concentrating on this one so much, trying to get through it, that I didn't really touch the one from Smashbox. So I'm gonna pretty much say it's at the same place. Like, I know I haven't really used this. Maybe I've used it once. So I'm not gonna be adding any eye primers because, like I said, this is a very hard product to get through. So now I can get into my results for everything that I finished for a year of project panning. So I was able to get through 2 primers. I think I got through more last year, but I still think that is pretty good. So like a primer every 6 months. I'm going to try to make that number higher this coming year. As for foundations, I got through 4 foundations, which I think is pretty good. It's like getting through a foundation every 3 months, which to me is pretty quick. Now, last year, I think I got through 6 foundations, or I mean like the prior project pan, which was quite a lot. But like I said, at that time, I was going into the office, so it was easier for me to go through foundation. But 4 to me is still really good progress. And then for concealers, I actually got through 1 concealer this year. So it's okay. It took me an entire year to get through a concealer, but I'm almost done with another one. So I still think that is pretty dang good. I got through this Dose of Colors one. And then for powders, I got through 3 powders. So 2 of the Nakia Joy powders, the loose one and the pressed one. And then I got through one of the backups of the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. So 3 of those are finished. And then for cheek products, I was able to get through 1 bronzer and 1 blush, which I think is pretty good because blush is really hard to get through, as well as a single bronzer, especially because my cheek product collection is really big. So I think that is pretty good for my project pan results, even though I was working half of the year from home. So I'm still chugging away trying to get through these products, and I just love doing this because it's making me work on the things that I have and giving me a goal to accomplish, and just rotating through my collection, getting use out of things that are older instead of things going to waste and expiring. is making me feel so good. So but you guys will now have to let me know, what are your thoughts in the comments below. Were you surprised with the results of this project pan? Do you think I did pretty good, pretty bad? Do you do a project pan? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoy this video, you like a lot of fun colorful makeup content, you like a lot on indie makeup and all that good stuff, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have all the products linked that I mentioned today. I will also have my project pan playlist if you want to see other videos like this on my channel, and also include other videos that you might be interested in watching. I will also have my makeup link. Like I said, I did film this look for Instagram on my Breezy_beauty. So if you want to check out that reel, you can hit me up at Breezy_beauty. I also have Breezy Lifestyle if you want to check that page out as well and join my Instagram fam. I would really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, for supporting my channel, being so amazing. I just appreciate you guys all so much, and I just hope all of you are doing well wherever you are in the world, and just sending you guys so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.